But remember, the time equals money factor. So although you're saving money on tickets, you're eating into your vacation time. That was a journey. It's hot here. Today, I'm traveling to Italy. I'm gonna miss Lisbon, such a cool city. I had 2 full days here, 2.5 days of wandering these streets, and I can tell you it merits more. So put it on your hit list if you're thinking about traveling to Portugal or to Europe. Quick coffee at this place before I leave town. This place is really good. I've been coming here every morning, chilled out atmosphere, good overnight oats. Great way to start your morning. Okay, let's go. Bye, thank you. Bye. All right, I gotta get a taxi. Heading to Bologna. Though I live in Florence, I'm flying to Bologna today. At the airport. Obrigado. When traveling to Italy, you want to think about which airport you need to fly to, what area of Italy you're traveling to. I live in Florence, but I had to pick a flight to Bologna today. Well, this airport's packed. So a lot of where you travel in Italy depends upon which region you want to see. If you want to go to Tuscany, you want to consider certain airports. If you want to go up in the north, see Lake Como, you want to consider other airports. And if you want to go in the south, Sicily or Puglia, you have other options. Wow, summer months are here and it definitely seems as if COVID has passed. This airport is packed. So wherever you travel in Italy or anywhere around Europe, keep in mind that people are traveling again. They have this revenge travel and vacation time is on. I have my little oasis in the desert right up there. Let's go. This is the airport ANA lounge. It's actually the only major lounge that's open right now in Lisbon. The other ones are still closed due to coronavirus measures. For one? Tower, yes, thank you. Last day in Portugal, so of course I had to get the pastis. So good. Let's look at where you want to fly in Italy. I'm going to break it down into 5 areas: Milan, Venice, Florence, Rome, and Sicily. Now each one of these areas has its major airport. Milan has Malpensa, Venice has Venezia, Florence has Petratrola, Rome has Fiumicino, and Sicily, it has Palermo. These are the major airports. So what you want to do when booking your holiday or your vacation to Italy, depending on the area you want to fly to, decide if you want to fly up to the north. And if you want to fly to the north, Milan is your best option. And if you want to fly to Milan, Malpensa will give you the most options. And then you begin to look at ticket prices for Malpensa. The same for Rome with Fiumicino, the same for Florence with the Firenze Florence Airport. And in Sicily, there's either Palermo or Catania. Both of those are nice sized airports. Then you get down to the basics, the specifics, where exactly you want to go around those major airports. In Milan, if you want to go towards Torino, towards the Alps, Malpensa is your best option. If you want to go right into the heart of Milan, try to get a flight into Linate. It's a little bit harder to get into that airport, but it's less crowded, better served, and especially if you're doing business in and out of Milano. If you're further afield, off to the east of Milan, heading towards Brescia, and if you want to go out towards Venice, well, Bergamo might be your option, and that serves low-cost airlines like Ryanair. The same with Venice. If you don't want to spend much time in Venice, don't go to the airport. Try getting a flight into Verona. If you want to go to Verona, then go up to the lakes, Verona Airport could be a good option. Then you want to look at the prices, because often you may get lower cost airfares if you fly to a smaller airport like Treviso if you want to go to Venice and see the famous canals. For example, I have a price matrix graph when I fly to Florence, my home. Ideally, I'm flying into Florence. That's the happiest, sweetest spot. If I can get a low-cost ticket to Florence, I fly to Florence. As tickets start to become more expensive, I start to look further afield. My next airport of choice is Bologna when I want to get to Florence. That's where I'm flying to today. When you fly into Bologna, you have to take a tram to the Bologna train station, then a train from the Bologna train station to the Florence train station before you can get to Florence. So it takes more time, but if the ticket prices are going up, you want to consider Bologna. Now, if the ticket prices are even more expensive and you need to get to Florence and they're too expensive to fly to Florence or to fly to Bologna, look at Pisa. Pisa's not one of my preferred airports, but I fly there if I have to, especially if I'm flying on low-cost airlines. So if the tickets are so expensive, go to Pisa. From Pisa Airport, there's a little light rail that takes you to the Pisa train station, and then from the Pisa train station, there's a slow train that takes you to the Florence Central train station. But remember, the time equals money factor, so although you're saving money on tickets, you're eating into your vacation time when you're flying to these airports that are further away from where you want to go. Look at this YouTuber I found here, Chris, XRIS. The man pushes out coffee videos. I've seen it. He competes with James Hoffman and Lance Hedrick, right, Chris?
Sure.
Yeah, he's on it. Follow him. Obrigado, bye. Thank you. That is a great little lounge in there. Very dark cocktail lounge type feel, and I love that you can see the airport runway and get a whole sense of what's going on here at the Lisbon airport. I like this airport. Now today I'm flying the national carrier for Portugal, TAP Airlines. They had flights to Florence, but they were too expensive. I think the flight was 450 euro, one-way ticket. Instead, a flight to Bologna cost only 150 euro. Now the great thing about traveling to Italy versus other countries, maybe like the United States, is that most of the airports, or in fact all the airports, are connected by great public transportation, light rail, a bus, or a train, so you can get to where you need to go. But still, it's better just to figure out where you want to go and plan the right airport. Hi, we are back in Italy, but in Bologna. Luggage claim, now onto the light rail. This lady's so kind. $9.20 the light rail to get from the airport to the train station. So you're gonna need to factor in your cost, because already with the flight, we got the $9.70 rail, and then at the train station, we got the cost of the train ticket. While on the light rail, I was able to purchase my train ticket using the Trenitalia app. Now it's a mad rush to get to the train, hopefully catch it on time. Just a real quick break from the video. Drop some comments down below. How do you choose the right airport when you're flying? Also, if you're getting enjoyment out of this video, please give it a thumbs up. Please consider giving a super thanks if you want to support me making all these videos, and click that subscribe button if you haven't yet done so. Now back to the video. I was just pointing at the board there. When you're in a train station in Europe, look for the time of your train, then look for the platform. Also confirm the train number up there on the board. When you're waiting on the platform, they'll put the numbers up there. I'm number 2. I got a business class ticket. So that way you know where to wait on the platform, so when the train rolls up, you're in the right spot. There you can see my information. I paid 45 euro for this ticket, so the price is adding up. Now the great thing about Trenitalia in business class, you get free coffee, free drinks, some free water, sweet or savory snacks. I mean, it's Italian coffee. We have arrived at the Florence train station. So the great thing is that the train was on time, and I made a quick connection in the Bologna Central train station. That trash can is smoky. It's 34 degrees out there. I'm sweating like a madman. I made the decision, maybe it was the wrong decision, to walk from the train station, which is normally a nice walk. There was a huge line of people waiting underneath the baking sun for taxis. I went to find a bus, and the bus wasn't coming, so I decided to walk, 24-minute walk across the Arno River over onto the south side of Florence. And I'm in definite need of a shower now. I'm drenched in sweat. Hold on. Let's talk about what I learned. I'm gonna go back to this graph here. When you have a low-cost ticket, you're here. Higher cost ticket, you go to Bologna, which is what I did today, or further afield to Pisa. I decided to go the Bologna route. I saved around 150 on my train ticket, but in retrospect, that cost me time, and time is money. I should have just paid more for the Florence ticket. You need to consider how much time, how much of your time it'll take, and how much extra money and extra transportation it'll take to get to your final destination. And even after all my years of experience, I learned a lesson today.